Hey everybody, Mike here again, AZ Gardener. Today's date is Saturday, March 26, 2022. What we're going to do today here, I want to show you guys how I do my air layers. I have a pretty simple process, and what I'm actually going to do is try to air layer a couple guava trees for a couple of viewers. Now, I've never done guavas yet. I've tried to propagate these guys in other ways without success. But I have had very good success doing air layers with figs and mulberry. So I told these viewers I would go ahead and try the air layer with the guava. I do know I had a friend out here who did guava and he had success with it, so I'm going to give that a try. So what you're going to need to do this method is a few items, and we'll kind of run through it. I've actually made myself I have kind of a little kit that I keep. It's just in a baggie here, and I'll kind of explain what's in there. So first of all, what you're going to want to get yourself is a little bit of rooting hormone, and this is kind of optional, but I always do this when I air layer just for good luck. I use electrical tape or any kind of black vinyl tape that you have. I have a little painter's brush, and that's for applying the rooting hormone. I use it's just a regular utility knife. This is a folding one. I always put a nice sharp blade on there. So this one has a brand new blade, and I go ahead and clean the blade with alcohol. So I just use some isopropyl alcohol just to make sure I'm working with a really clean blade. So the other items you're going to need is just a sandwich bag, regular sandwich bag. I use pure peat moss, just moistened. So you don't want it too damp. You don't want to be, if you squeeze it and you're wringing water out of it, you got a little too wet. So what I like to do is soak it in a bucket of water for a little bit, mix it up really well, and squeeze most of the water out. So it is damp, or not damp, but it is moist, but it's not damp. So that's what you want. Just fill up a Ziploc bag just like that. And then the last thing you're going to need is a piece of aluminum foil. And then I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the process that I'm using, and then I'll go ahead and do an update video on this as well. So we'll check it in 3-4 weeks and see how it progresses. So first thing, so you want to get in closer, okay? So first you want to figure out where you want to do your air layer at. I'm going to start right here. I got a nice branch going. So I take my razor or knife if you got a good sharp knife, and then I just go 360 degrees around, just like that. Okay? Then I go up about another inch or so, and I do the same thing, just like that. And I will take the knife and connect those two cuts, and from there I start to peel the bark off. And if with any luck it'll peel off easy, but if not, it might take a little more work. But there we go, starting to peel off for us. Okay, so you just strip it. Cut a little deeper there. So you want to strip the bark all the way around. I would say on the fig or mulberry, the bark seemed to strip a lot easier. Usually what it'll do is once you get the side up, it'll peel all the way around real easily. So let me see if I can just do this. Let me see. Okay. Got the bark peeled up on this now. Feels like we got most of it off. So now what you're going to do is then you go in and rough this up. Just a little bit. Don't get too aggressive, but you just rough the surface up just under the bark here. Okay, just like that. Then I got my rooting hormone powder and my brush. You're going to go ahead and brush some of that powder on all that exposed surface. So just go all the way around. The next step take your bag here. You're going to take the cut and just slit that bag open just like that. Drop my tape in the wood chips here. Let's see. Okay. Then you're going to take this bag, kind of push it up around, and close it in. And wrap it good and tight. I take my electrical tape, and this makes it real easy. And I like to go once around, like that. And then I come at an angle, and then go on the opposite end. This way I've got a good tight bond, just like that. So now that exposed area has contact with all that peat moss. I take my aluminum foil and I just wrap it. And what the aluminum foil does, it kind of keeps the sun off of it, helps it warm up a bit, and let me actually cut a little more of this out of the way. And it keeps keeps that peat moss good and tight. So you can kind of squish it in a little bit, just like that. I'm just gonna leave it. So there we go. So now that's a completed air layer. So fingers crossed, when we check on this, we'll start to see some roots. And like I said, on the figs and mulberries I've done this on, usually within 3 weeks to a month, you start to see some roots coming. And so I'm hoping with this, but we'll check it out. And it's obvious when it takes, because it'll be literally loaded with roots. So tune in. I'll do an update video, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.